to the National Democratic Institute. Institute for Representative Government, the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs, and the United States Agency for International Development for putting this program together so that members of Parliament from Myanmar could visit the United States. And came to the United States because I would like to enhance the friendly relations and cooperation that we currently enjoy, and to learn about democracy being exercised in the United States and how the US Congress works so that certain best practices may be applied in our country. I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today. As you all know, Myanmar is now a new nation in the world with emerging democracy. We are practicing multi-party democracy and market-oriented economy. Our objective is to make Myanmar become a modern, developed nation. The government that exists during the time of parliamentary democracy, the Revolutionary Council, the Burmese Socialist Program Party, the State Law and Order Restoration Council, and the State Peace and Development Council. All had tried to change the country also. But despite another aims and goals, Myanmar has yet to become a nation that we had anticipated. Secondly, we continue to see some disappointments and inevitably poverty continues to affect majority of our population. First was difficult for everyone, but no one will gain anything from it by indulging in criticisms and blames at present. There is a need to adopt new policies and programs to pave the way for a good present and a secure future. When we look back at the recent history of our country, one can see that our record concerning national unity, reconciliations, prevalence of rules of law and tranquility and peace within the country had been poor. Unity and reconciliations are inseparable for peace. Like the rule of law and tranquility are inseparable from maintaining peace in the country, and cannot be achieved with the clear intentions and slogans. It must nurture with mutual respect, openness, transparency, accountability, a sense of responsibility, and more importantly, we need to create an inclusive society. In order to achieve all of these noble objectives, we are committed to build a modern, developed nation through the paths of multi-party democracy and market-oriented economy. Myanmar now has legislatures composed of representatives of the people and a head of government and union ministers, whose appointments are confirmed by the President our parliament, or you might call it as the Congress in our country. And the parliament has been undertaking also to tangibly meet our four main objectives. Because the objectives are our national interest, national unity, reconciliation, prevalence of rules of law and tranquility, and peace within a country are actually connected to each other. And without tangible results, democratic reforms effort may lead to something else. Members of the parliaments are working together free from party bias, regional bias, racial bias, and religious bias, so that tangible results are achieved and people lead a better life. Our parliament has also established three committees, namely Citizen Fundamental Rights, Democracy and Human Rights, National Resource Affairs and Internal Peace, Implementation, and the rule of law and tranquility, so that our objectives are met. It has been said that legislatures are the soul of nation and lifeblood of democratic practices. It is the responsibility of legislatures to enact laws that will protect and promote the interests of the people and the nation. Legislatures also have a monitoring function to ensure that laws enacted are observed by all concerned. At the same time, the legislature also needs to accept the role of the executive and the judiciary in maintaining democratic principle of check and balances. Furthermore, the legislature must take into consideration about criticisms and suggestions that may be put forward by the public and the media. I welcome comments and advice on this matter. Parliamentarians are the representatives of the people. The motto of our Ludo, the Parliament, states that the people's voice is the Ludo's voice. The people's will is the Ludo's will. And that the people's expectations will be met by the Ludo's implementation. It is through legislation that we seek to fulfill the hopes of our people, to promote their interests. We have achieved success to a certain extent in less than 3 years. We may need to put in more efforts on some of our endeavors. We have come to the United States to learn more about your system so that we may improve areas that need attention in our system. I believe that the best place to learn about it's here. So I would like to request you to explain to me about it and give me valuable knowledge, particularly in distributing powers for the legislative, executive, and judiciary bodies, because such process has not been practiced in Myanmar for a long time. According to the constitutions, authority has been equally distributed in Myanmar, but when Parliament undertakes necessary measures, some try to look at it in different perspectives. They reason that the Parliament is not responsive to the government. One One should keep it in mind that our actions are implemented in accord with democratic principles. We need to have determination in our endeavors, and it may be achieved only through changing our mindset and creating an inclusive society. Economically, Myanmar could have seen better results. Myanmar is a resource-rich country and geographically located at a strategic location in Asia. The Parliament has passed a new foreign investment law, and the government has been inviting foreign investors. Many investors pay a great deal of interest in Myanmar. Also, but there is a thin wall still standing on the road that connects between investors and Myanmar. We need to bring down that wall so the people from our two countries can benefit from economic cooperation. Sanctions at one time were aimed to have a certain impact. But now, time has come for it to say goodbye, because a system that people are in favor of, it is placed, and these very people need to benefit from the system to avoid concerns and doubts on the very system that they are involved with. For the people to avoid doubts and concerns, we need to bring down the poverty that they face. We need to try to overcome all these difficulties. Our way forward is to make sure that democracy thrives on Myanmar and educate our people about democratic values and practices. There may be a need to educate the executive branch also, because years of authoritarian rules have made things difficult in Myanmar. Most rules and regulations were designed to protect the institutions and not the people. In all democracies, the government will be held accountable and legislative will perform the oversight. I was once told by an colleague that democracy is a culture and a process. We are well aware of the fact that we cannot build democratic institutions or way of life overnight. Democracy in Myanmar is a process that is involving, and the Parliament has the noble responsibility to make sure that the process will endure. The previous government had already paved the way so that in the future the people may join a sustainable democratic system and an economy that is oriented. All we need to do is to make sure that the system will endure. Myanmar has already received international support significantly. The people in Myanmar could have been a better future by now if our reform process is further supported by removing barriers that are still on the way. For the interest of our people and the international community, we wish to see that continuous democratic system is deeply rooted in Myanmar. Thank you.